Hello guys and happy Tuesday. I can't believe 2020 is almost over, but in today's video I want to really sit down and have a chat about my 2021 goals. So basically what I've done is I've actually written all my goals in my new planner. So shout out to my friend who got me a YouTube planner content. It even says my name. I feel so special. And I'm really going to be focusing on my goals for next year. So in terms of my other long-term goals, I have already previously done a video. So in that video I'm really talking about my plans for financial independence and retiring early, and that's kind of like my main long-term goal. So definitely check that video out if you haven't already. Of course I will put that up here for you guys and in the description below. But first, if you are new to my channel, hello, my name is Veronia and I talk about things to do with money, your career and having a positive mindset for success. So if that does sound great to you, then of course you can subscribe to my channel and hit that bell notification below so you don't miss out on any new videos. So what I've basically done in this planner is I've got a notes section at the back of the book, and I have basically listed all of my 2020 accomplishments and then also my 2021 goals, because I think it would be good to see how I've kind of grown over the year and sort of looking back at what happened last year as well. Well, this year, but last year. So in terms of my 2020 accomplishments, so I've written it all down here. Please excuse my handwriting. I really don't have great handwriting, but I've kind of split it into sort of 3 different areas. So the first area was really looking at my own personal finance. So I've put in, how much did I end up having in my savings, my stock portfolio, my emergency fund, and then what's the total. And I'm not going to share the figures now because that's basically my starting point in January. And in January I'm going to be walking through my kind of net worth and my budget as well. So definitely make sure you subscribe to my channel if you aren't already so that you can watch that video. So very excited for that one. But I've basically put all my figures down for that. Then I've also got some vanity metrics on my kind of side hustle. So in terms of, the number of YouTube subscribers that I have, if I've got any Instagram followers, and also just looking at my YouTube total views, my YouTube top video total views. I haven't actually updated the figures now just because it's not the end of 2020 yet, especially whilst I'm recording this. So I'm going to wait until the 31st of December and then I'm going to update all of those figures. But if you are interested, at the time that I'm recording this, I have about 1,490 subscribers, which we are almost at 1,500, which is really cool. So if you just recently subscribed to my channel, hello. And then in terms of Instagram, I have about 601 followers, and one of my goals is actually going to be more active on Instagram because I'm still kind of getting used to this whole Instagram thing. Things like IGTV and posts and all of that. Honestly, I'm still confused, guys. So I just need to get my head around it and just start being more active. So if you haven't followed me on Instagram, then definitely do that, because next year in 2021, I am going to be more active. I've said it, you guys can hold me accountable for it. So yeah. And then in terms of my YouTube total views, so how many views I've had since I started my YouTube channel, I've had 46,067, again, the time that I'm recording this, which is really cool. And I've also got a metric for my top performing video, and that is the video where I talk about how I save over £1,000 a month, and that is currently at about 12,000 views. So yeah, those are my metrics. So I'm going to put all of them down in this planner just so I have it. And yeah, I think it's just going to be nice to see how I've basically started the year. And then also in terms of my other 2020 accomplishments, I've also got my passive income as well. So those are the 3 areas: personal finance, my side hustle, and passive income. And that I've already done a video as well on that, just talking through what my passive income streams were. So in terms of like my bank interest, if I got, any income from my money apps, any affiliate marketing, dividends. Oh, by the way, guys, I did actually get another 12p of dividends. So just thought I'd let you know. And I also got an extra 30p from my affiliate marketing as well. So happy days. But yeah, basically I've just put all the totals there, and that's my 2020 accomplishments. So I would definitely encourage you guys to do the same if you would like. So I think it'd be really good to have your starting point. So what are your savings like? What's your portfolio? You might not have a portfolio, especially if you're trying to pay off debt. So I think it will still be good to understand, where your starting point is, so how much debt you have. Again, you'll probably be doing this with your net worth statement anyway. So really it's just about having the chance to reflect back and see, how you started in the year basically and what happened last year. And then I've got another couple of pages on my 2021 goals. So again, I've kind of split it into three or four different areas. Now, in terms of my goals, I do make them quite specific. So I do have a lot of numerical income stuff in my goals. goals. I'm just kind of like that. I think you would have seen, you know, in my previous video when I was talking about my 2020 year in review in terms of my personal finances, even when I had set my goals in 2019, I was very specific in terms of how much I wanted to pay off and the date as well, in terms of like the month and stuff. So that's how I like to set my goals. You don't need to be as specific like to the T, but that's just how I like to do it. And I think it's just fun to see, you know, how I do in terms of exactly what's the actual number versus what I projected basically. So in terms of my goals, basically I've kind of split it the same, but I've got a section to do with personal finance, then I've also got a section to do with my passive income, then I've also got another section really to do with my side hustle, which is like a whole other page. But then I've also got some personal development goals as well, so some personal goals that I have. So what I think I'll do is I'll just run through majority of them, I think. And I'm really just hoping this is more of an inspiration for you guys, so that when you are setting your goals, hopefully you can use myself as an example. But I have done more of a detailed video on how you can actually set your goals as well. So if you haven't watched that, I will put that up here for you and in the description below. So the first one is really based on my personal finance. So this is really more so based on my investments and a bit of my emergency fund as well, because you guys will know that I've really kind of set my financial foundation in place, I think, so I don't have any consumer debt. I've currently got a 3-month emergency fund, and I've also been starting to save to invest, and also invest in the stock market as well. So in terms of my goals for this year, it's really, well, next year, not this year. For next year, it's really going to be focusing on actually how can I increase those investments, how can I put more money into it. So my first goal is to do with my stock portfolio. So by the end of 2021, my goal is to have £10,000 in my stock portfolio. So that is based on my Trading 212 platform. So I want to have £10,000 there. Now, in terms of where I currently am, I have just over £1,000. So I am going to be sharing my updated stock portfolio in January. So I look forward to showing you guys that. But to get to £10,000, it's probably going to take a bit of work, because currently I'm only putting about £200 a month. So really, to get to that £10,000 mark, I'm going to either need to try and increase my income so that I can add more into that portfolio, or I get free shares. So if you guys want to use my link and you're thinking of using Trading 212, then feel free to use my affiliate link and we both get a free share once your account is funded. But yeah, £10,000 I think is quite ambitious, but I think if I hustle hard, I can achieve it. So that's why I've put £10,000. And then my other investment goal is to hopefully get a buy-to-let by the end of this year. So that target is about £33,000. And with that goal, that's kind of a joint goal with my partner. So it's not just me saving for it, he's also saving for it. And that £33,000 is to have £30,000 to be able to invest in a buy-to-let. So whether that be £100,000 property, and that also includes, you know, maybe having a 25% deposit plus stamp duty and fees, but then also having some money as an emergency fund as well. So I want to have some extra money, you know, just in case the boiler breaks or anything happens like that, we've got some money covered. Or, you know, if you've got any voids for the first few months, but I want to be ready basically. So yeah, that's £33,000. So we'll see. Again, a little bit ambitious considering I don't earn that much, but again, I think it's still achievable if I hustle hard again. So really, this year is going to be about hustling hard, to be honest. And then also I've actually got a goal for an emergency fund. Now, I already have a 3-month emergency fund, but my goal actually is for myself and my partner to have an emergency fund of about £6,000. And the reason why is because when I get married and we eventually move out, which is probably going to be halfway through the year this year, I keep saying this year, but we're still in 2020, so I'm talking about next year. But yeah, once we move out, our expenses are going to increase quite dramatically. So again, I still want to be able to have a solid at least 3-month emergency fund, and I think it's probably going to be about £6,000. So that's why I've got a goal of about £6,000. But yeah, when you're renting out in London, it's not really going to be cheap, is it? So I just want to make sure that that is enough. So that emergency fund may change depending on when we put our finances together and I know exactly what our expenses are. But currently, how I've estimated it, we'll probably need about £6,000. So that's why I've got a goal for that as well. So then I've got some passive income goals. So what I've basically done is I looked at my 2020 accomplishments, and then I thought, okay, why don't I just set some goals based on those accomplishments on what I think I can achieve in 2021. So I've basically listed out some of the figures that are going to be some goals. For some reason, I really thought this was actually a fun exercise, and I think it's going to be hilarious on some of the figures that I've kind of projected or I've kind of used as some of my goals, but I still think it's really interesting to do, and I think it's just going to be interesting at the end of the year to see how I've basically done. So in terms of my passive income, I've got a goal of my bank interest. I've got a goal of £10. And that might seem silly, but guys, interest rates, they absolutely tanked. And I don't really envision interest rates are going to be increasing soon. I mean, I don't think so. If they do, then great. But at the moment, I've kind of had a goal of £10 because that interest will be based on like any of my savings for that buy-to-let property or from my emergency fund, for example. So I've put £10 there. And then next, in terms of money apps, I did mention in my passive income video that I didn't actually earn anything. So I've actually put an ambitious goal to actually do something. And actually, I've put a goal of £50. I think £50 is a bit of a stretch, to be honest, but I do think I can do it. Next one is affiliate marketing. Now, affiliate marketing, so last year I made like £11. I've put an ambitious goal here for about £100. Now, the reason why I say £100 and I do think that it could be achievable is because actually, in terms of my affiliate marketing, I only started making money probably the last couple of months of 2020. So I'm thinking if I have a whole year, I could potentially make £100. That's my thought process anyway. Whether that's going to be true or not, we will see, but I've put £100 there. And then I've actually got something new in there. I've got YouTube ads because I've just reached my watch hours. So I am in the process of actually applying to become monetized on YouTube so that I can actually have ads on my videos. I have made a goal of about £10,000 by the end of next year. All these goals, by the way, are by the end of next year, because in terms of where I kind of see my personal brand going, I don't think I'm actually going to make much money in the first half of the year. I actually don't think I'm going to make much at all, to be honest, and I'm not actually expecting to, but I do hope that it will start to compound and snowball towards the latter part of next year. So that's my hope anyway, and that's kind of what I'm working towards, because I do think it's really more so a long-term process, and by that time I also would have been on this platform for about 18 months. So I'm hoping that by the end of next year, my goal is £10,000. Again, we'll see. The next one is my own paid products. So I've got a goal of about £1,000, and that's going to be more so based on, you know, if I have any other paid products like spreadsheets. So I am looking to launch my budgeting spreadsheet. And just thank you guys as well if you have given me feedback. I had so much feedback, which was absolutely lovely and so useful as well. I have been working behind the scenes trying to make sure I try and include as much of the information that you guys would like in that spreadsheet as much as possible. So thank you guys so much. But I do have a goal of about £1,000 by the end of next year, and to be honest, based on that figure, I also think that it's quite ambitious as well. I feel like I'm trying to set ambitious goals but that aren't completely out of reach. So how I've kind of come to that figure is I've been thinking, okay, if I'm charging this amount for this spreadsheet, for example, how many people do I need to have to actually buy that spreadsheet? So that's kind of how I came to that figure. So in terms of how much I want to charge my spreadsheet, it's not a lot. So it basically means I need to get quite a lot of people to buy my spreadsheet, but I do have faith, and hopefully you guys will like it and hopefully it will help you out. But yeah, I feel like £1,000, ambitious, but I think I can do it. But then the next one, I've got some dividend goals. So my goals for dividends is about £20 by the end of next year. Now, the reason why I haven't set it very high is because actually in terms of my investment portfolio, there's an ETF that I invest in quite heavily. It's about 50% of my portfolio, and what it actually does is any dividends it has within that fund, it will actually reinvest it back into the fund. So I won't actually receive those dividends, so it's kind of accumulating, if that makes sense. The main reason why I did that is because I don't actually need the dividends now as an income. I don't particularly need it. I'm really focusing on kind of growing my money and then getting to the point when I reach financial independence, and then my focus will probably be a lot more on dividends. But for now, I don't need to focus too much on dividends as much, so that's why I have set it for £20, because I do want to invest in some dividend stocks as well, but my whole portfolio isn't going to be just focused on dividends, if that makes sense. So I've put £20 for now. We'll see how that goes. And then the other thing in terms of passive income, I have got a goal for free shares as well. So if you guys want to use my affiliate link and you're thinking about using Trading 212 as a platform, then of course you will get a free share and I will get a free share. So I have got a goal for about £2,500 by the end of next year. Now, obviously that's going to depend on people actually wanting to use Trading 212 as a platform, because as I always say, it's not going to be for everyone. And then also it kind of depends on if you're going to use Trading 212, are you going to use my link or someone else's, for example. So I have put that as a goal, £2,500. We will see. But if you are thinking of using Trading 212 and you want to use my link, then feel free to. Link is in the description below. But yeah, in terms of those free shares, that's likely to help me in terms of my goals for having £10,000 in my stock portfolio. So you can kind of see how it sort of interlinks. But yeah, in total, that's going to be just over £13,000 in terms of my passive income goals, which I kind of feel like it would be income as like a part-time or side job, for example. So I think it could be achievable. We'll just have to see. And then the next part is really focused on my side hustle and my personal brand. So this is something that I feel like I've told you guys a couple of times now, but it is something that I really do want to start growing, and I do feel like I have a purpose, and maybe this is something that I want to do full time. Just as I've been able to do videos and talk to you guys, I've just started thinking that actually maybe this could be bigger than I originally thought. So I do have some goals in terms of my side hustle itself. So one of my goals actually is to have a side hustle income by the end of next year of about £3,000 a month. Now, whether that be through passive income through side hustles or whether that actually be active income. So for example, if I decide that I'm going to sell a particular service, and that's a hint because I have been thinking of doing that, my goal is hopefully to be able to make £3,000. Now that might not seem much to you guys, but for me it's actually quite a lot, to be honest, and it's actually more than my current income now. So that is something that I definitely want to focus on, and hopefully I can do it. But that's just based on my side hustle, so not actually including my salary income. And then I've also got some other goals in terms of my side hustle. So I do actually want to launch my website in 2021, which is quite exciting, and there's other kind of little projects that I've been thinking of doing. And then the other thing that I have are based on the vanity metrics. So from my 2020 accomplishments in terms of how many subscribers I have, followers, total views, top video views, for example. I didn't actually know if I wanted to do a goal on this, but I do think I have a purpose to try and educate people as much as possible and really just get a lot more people talking about money and their personal finances and their careers as well. So I do feel like I have a purpose to do that. So in terms of subscribers, YouTube subscribers, I have a goal to reach a community of 25,000 subscribers. We will see. I feel like, to be honest, if anything, I feel like this is probably my most ambitious goal out of everything here. I feel like this is probably my most ambitious one. Yeah, we'll see. You guys might end up laughing at my face, or by the end of the year I could even have more, so we'll definitely see. But I mean, I'm really content with the ones that I have now. Like, I feel like I know you guys so much, and I feel like that's probably what I'm a little bit worried about. The more kind of subscribers you get, and then you can't really talk to as many people as you can. So this is why I feel like now is like the best time, because I've really got the chance to know some of you, even if it's just on comments. Like, I just feel like we're best friends. So yeah, I feel like there's this tension between me getting to know the community that I have right now versus me trying to encourage more and more people to talk about finances. There's a bit of a tension there, but I mean, we'll just see it. But I feel like because you guys have started this journey with me, like, we're just always gonna have that connection. So I feel like I'm okay. And then in terms of Instagram followers, so I've got a goal of about 2,500. Again, that's going to be mainly for me to be able to reach out to people that maybe aren't on YouTube as much, and hopefully I'm going to be producing more content in terms of Instagram so people can get value out of that as well. And then in terms of my other vanity metrics, so I've got a goal of my total YouTube views in 2021. By the end of 2021, I've got a goal of about 200,000 views. I mean, I kind of just said that as a fun one. We'll see if that happens. And then in terms of video views as well, so currently my most popular one is about 12,000 views. So I've got a goal, well, not really a goal, I just thought I'll guess and put a number there of one video to go to about 50,000 views. So whether that happens or not, I'm not really too fussed, but I just thought it would be fun just to see what my expectations are like and then what actually happens at the end of the year. And then the other thing that I've got are my personal goals. So in terms of my personal goals, again, these aren't things that I want to have achieved by the end of this year or next year, but these are things that I want to consistently be doing. And a lot of these things I have already been doing already, but I think it's just a good reminder. So for example, the first one I want to be doing is something that I do already, but it's really reading a chapter of my Bible daily. So as soon as I wake up, rather than going on my phone, I want to be able to go straight to reading my Bible, and also praying each morning as well. So that's a habit I want to continue doing. And then also in terms of health, I want to be exercising 3 times a week as a minimum. And then then also I want to be reading a chapter of another book as well. So whether that be based on personal development or personal finance, for example, that is something that I also used to do as well, particularly when I was on this journey. Again, it's something that's slightly slipped over the past few months, I would say, so I'm really trying to get back into that. And then I've also got a goal based on actually investing in myself and my personal brand as well. So whether I attend at least a course, or if I actually buy a product, or if I might join a mastermind or a membership club, for example. So yeah, really just trying to invest in myself. But yeah guys, those are all my goals. So if you did like the video, then please do give me a thumbs up and let me know in the comments if you have already set your 2021 goals, and also whether you think my goals are absolutely mad or do you think I can achieve them. Let me know in the comments, guys. If you are new to my channel, I do post every Tuesday and Friday, so if you would like to know more, then feel free to subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys on Friday in the new year.